going to be late. It's almost 1 a.m. here, but everyone's talking about the Eagles game. Want me to talk about the Eagles game? It's funny seeing the Giants fans on Twitter, I guess. That was the best thing that came out of this game. Second best thing, obviously getting pick number 6. That was top priority going into this game, and we achieved that. And it's hilarious. The Giants fan and the people in the media, it's deplorable. They're compromising the culture and the integrity of the squad, throwing Nate Sudfeld out there. Fuck you. We have the worst general manager in football when it comes to talent evaluation. Picking at 6 and 9, that gap is the difference between a CD Lamb and a Jalen fucking Reagor, okay? Think about it. 3 members, bearing whatever something stupid, which will probably happen, where Philadelphia thinks about taking a quarterback. Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Patrick Surtain. One of those 3 guys will be a member of the Philadelphia Eagles very late in April. But if you pick at 9, the likelihood that those 3 guys are still there, very slim. Very, very, very slim. I would say maybe 1. So Philly played themselves in a very good position to potentially have 3 very solid options in the first round. And when you have someone like Howie Roseman, you have to make the margin for error as small as humanly possible. And that was the only positive outcome for this game for Philadelphia, was making the margin of error for your terrible general manager who still has his job, because I have no idea what he's doing with their owner behind the closed doors. I feel like it's something weird, some Robert Kraft-like shit. You have to make that margin for error as small as humanly possible, and we've achieved that tonight. But, the funniest thing is, the last couple drives there for Sudfeld. Yeah, Chris Collins with Alvin Michaels just going, oh, what was that? You think Jalen Hurts should be in this game. Jalen Hurts was terrible tonight as a passer of the football. I have no other opinion other than, are we going to convert Jalen Hurts to running back next year? Is he going to be our power back? Because I have not seen a damn thing that suggests that he is going to be an NFL caliber quarterback. He can be a gadget player until Dallas spied him and figured him out. And now you're just like, what is Jalen Hurts good at? He's good at running the ball. Kind of. He's not even like an A-tier athlete, but he's a good athlete. Don't get me wrong. But he's not like Lamar Jackson type athlete. But he's good at running the ball. And his decision-making, I guess, is better. Not necessarily the decision to make the correct pass, because he missed a lot of throws tonight, but the decision to not turn the ball over, that's certainly a strength, especially being a obvious and glaring weakness with Carson Wentz. But you're not going to win with Jalen Hurts going 7 for 20 against a not great Washington football team. And the argument could be had, well, C4, how are you going to expect Jalen Hurts to make some plays today? He was playing with backups, practice squad guys I've never heard of. That is the exact same bullshit that Carson Wentz has dealt with for the last 3 years. And I am far beyond someone that has to... I don't want to be a guy that's going to go to great lengths, extreme lengths, to be like, Carson Wentz is my quarterback next year, guys. Carson Wentz is a quarterback of the future. He's going to turn it around. He's going to become the next great Ryan Tannehill-esque, without leaving the team, career revival in the NFL. I don't know if that's the case. For all I know, the clown he hit scrambled his brains, and in 3 years he's going to be out of the league in Fargo, outside of a bathroom, trying to bum fireworks. Okay? He's going to be like, hey, man, you got some fireworks? And you're like, dude, I'm just taking a piss. That's going to be Carson Wentz. He's going to be talking about chemtrails and shit, getting into conspiracy theories, because the clown he hasn't, as far as we know, hasn't really been the same guy since then. And I don't want to defend a guy, personally, that this is mostly, I'm almost certain it's some sort of agent Howie Roseman talking about Wentz wanting a trade and Wentz the fractured relationship and shit like that. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that's frustrating. Honestly, Carson Wentz got paid $100 million. He finally stayed kind of healthy. And while everything else I've noted multiple times on this channel that I think as an organization we've utterly failed Carson Wentz at every single level, there's still an aspect of, as all I know is that there's reports that Wentz wants out. The first time this $100 million quarterback that a lot of us have defended and stuck with through the injuries and through all the injuries on players around him, skill position players, for him to just, at least it appears, being like, nah, trade me. You know, I don't want to battle back. I don't necessarily want to earn back my job. I'd rather just go. I don't like this coach anymore. There's an element of Carson Wentz giving the fan base the double whammy right there. But, you know, if you sit back here and you're not trying to fix some narrative with Jalen Hurts at quarterback, it's Carson Wentz is the better quarterback. There's no justifying any way, shape, or form that Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback, a better option for the Philadelphia Eagles at quarterback to begin next season. You know, he's still a developmental guy. And Jalen Hurts, unfortunately, is a developmental guy that probably should have went a little bit later because you're seeing the severe limitations for him as a passer these last couple weeks. And, you know, the Saints game was all fine and good, and I appreciate Jalen Hurts making the end of this Eagles season a little bit entertaining to watch. But, you know, there's this big uproar right now that we're seeing on social media. How did they bench Jalen Hurts? They're secure. Jalen Hurts went 7 of 20, 72 yards and an interception as a passer. Nate Sudfeld played 4 drives, went 5 of 12 for 32 yards and an interception. So they played pretty much the same tonight. It's not like this whole, like maybe Jalen Hurts obviously would give us a little bit better chance because he could scramble, could extend some plays with his legs, but we were not winning this game with whoever at quarterback. I appreciate the team solidifying the tank. What is the fallout from this tank? There had to be a negative. I don't think it's going to change anything for Doug Peterson. I don't think Jeffrey Lurie is going to see this game and be like a 180 from Doug's coming back to being like, I was disgusted by that game. I can't have that for my culture. And everyone's coming back, unfortunately. I could see someone like Jason Kelce, who might have been on the fence and kind of made a somewhat viral, quotable tweet about during his press conference about like, you don't play to tank your picks and stuff like that. I can see Kelce kind of taking this one personally and be like, I think it's time to hang him up and retire. If he was on that fence of generally like, I might come back next year. Maybe that's the worst thing that comes out of this, but pick 6, man. That's all that we needed. Pick 6. Can't wait. I can't wait for us to mess it up. I honestly, it's going to be so bad. Oh, we got a new DC, hopefully, coming in. New OC coming in, hopefully. Pep Hamilton. Hey, Pep Hamilton. Come to me. Defensive coordinators. Marvin Lewis. Can't get a head coaching job. He's interviewing some head coaching jobs. Hey, come here. Nice little stopgap. Rebuild this Eagles defense, and in 2-3 years, get your final head coaching job. I don't know how old he is. I already feel like he's like 86, but finally, the season's gone. We can start thinking about the offseason. Trust me, I'll have some offseason videos and stuff like that coming for the Philadelphia Eagles. But grades. We might as well get in and finish up here with a little bit of grades. Quarterbacks. Honestly, Jalen Hurts gets a D. He ran the ball well. And I'm seeing a guy that, you know, the meme, Lamar Jackson's not a quarterback, he's a running back. Like, I genuinely think, and I think, honestly, if I might have to retweet this. I think in my very, very sobering tweets about Jalen Hurts at Alabama, I'm 99% sure I made a tweet at some point saying Jalen Hurts, he's going to be a running back the next level. He's power lifter, very explosive. And I honestly see, you know, not enough in Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. Like Carson Wentz is QB1 going into training camp next year as long as he's on this roster, doesn't get traded away. Boston Scott showed a little bit of fire, 65 yards on 15 touches. I think Boston Scott, I don't know, like I hate looking at those spot rack websites and all that stuff for contracts. It's always so like some guys are weird to understand, but it looks like Boston Scott might be free agent of some sort. Definitely want to bring him back. Boston Scott's awesome. Jalen Hurts had the 2 rushing touchdowns. You know, they were just scrambles, weren't design runs. He just didn't throw it and decided to run it, and it was nice. You know, hey, touchdowns, offense, a little bit going on there. Receiving, for running backs, you know, C+, B-, somewhere in that territory. Receiving, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, 2 catches, 40 yards. Right on. Zach Ertz, final game in the Eagles uniform, most likely 3 catches, 16 yards. So many people want to talk about Zeke Elliott being like the underperformer this year. I think Zach Ertz is right in that territory. It's like it's almost expected at a certain point, especially with the amount of volume Zeke Elliott's got at Dallas, that like there was going to be a drop-off here. And then the offense went to shit. Zach Ertz didn't really have a whole lot of excuses, and he fell off a cliff hard Zach Ertz washed, very, very washed. All the receivers did basically nothing. Jalen Reagor caught a 15-yard catch after he dropped a ball, and then he got ruled out with a head injury. Jalen Reagor sucks. Jalen Reagor sucks. I don't know if he's going to, I hope to God he can turn it around, but how does Howie Roseman still have his job? You're just seeing it's like J.D. McKissick is a more dangerous playmaker than Jalen Reagor. And you had the DK and the JJ thing, right? And that was bad. But now you have this obnoxious elephant in the room of Jalen Reagor, and the pick right after is Justin Jefferson. And Justin Jefferson just broke a bunch of records, and our guy can't stay on the field. And when he's on the field, looks uninspired, looks shit, to be honest with you, right? And it's one of those things where Jeffrey Lurie, he's in the draft rooms, right? Jeffrey Lurie is not a hands-off owner. He's a guy that's in the draft rooms. He's hearing the decision gets made. And he heard everybody in that room that said, no, let's not go with the consensus in Justin Jefferson. Let's go with Jalen Reagor. And there's no way in hell Jeffrey Lurie wasn't seeing Howie Roseman go, yep, that's the move. Let's go against the league. We're going to get this shifty punt returner that we are definitely not 100% getting Dante Pettis 2.0. Niner fans will get that one, get that reference. And I don't know how Jeffrey Lurie has to sit on enough of these meetings of talent evaluation that Howie Roseman was the guy pulling the trigger and being like, we need to do better. We need to change this up. So, it's so annoying. I hate this team. Why is it? It's not hard. Literally, if Howie Roseman was completely inept, was an alien, if Howie Roseman was an absolute alien, and the alien's we gotta somehow act like human, we have to draft. If he went on even goddamn shitty Walter Football, any of those, but even more reputable, go on the Draft Network, go on any of those websites, and just use their big board, it would be a better end product. Free resources, free material, free content, my videos, my goddamn draft rankings. If you just had some alien being okay, this is who we draft because the internet says, it would be better than Howie Roseman does it. So, I can't talk about anything because we're done this year, right? We're going to the offseason without just thinking, how is this going to be the guy yet again that we're letting lead this team into the offseason? Defensively, Epps had a pretty good pick, I guess. He's still, Epps is 100% Chris Maragos 2.0. I don't like Epps. I don't really like him playing, and he probably shouldn't be playing. He should be a guy that's just stuck on special teams. It was a nice pick for him to get, though. TJ Edwards had not a great pick. Kevon Wallace played a little bit. Alex Singleton looks good, though. Good relatively. Again, every time I talk about Alex Singleton, he's Blake Martinez. He's a guy that's just all right, brings a little bit as a blitzer. He's not a liability of an athlete. Sideline to sideline's not bad. He's strong on run defense. Will get picked on by good running backs and good tight ends. There's a reason why Alex Singleton wasn't a first-round pick, right? But I think going forward, at least Alex Singleton was a positive coming out of this season, and credits to him. Did a hell of an effort tonight. I guess closing thoughts, defense, closing thoughts for this because it's Jim Schwartz's final game. Great game for Jim Schwartz to go out on, right? There's a lot about Jim Schwartz winning the Super Bowl despite Jim Schwartz. Sticks defense, the Jim Schwartz guys. But if there was a good trait of a Jim Schwartz defense, it's when we couldn't possibly have any more injuries or just be any more disadvantaged on the defensive side of the ball, that's when Jim Schwartz would scheme up his best scheme. And that was tonight. We had a goddamn, for the most part, preseason caliber of players playing. And this was a Washington team that absolutely were playing their guts out because they win. They got in the playoffs. And this team of no-name defense guys, they were dominating. The most dominating unit, I would argue, is Philadelphia's defense from this game. Out of the offensive defense and the offensive defense on Washington, I think the Philadelphia defense was the most impressive. So that's a good game for Jim Schwartz to go out on. At least we don't end with a bad taste in our mouths. Jim Schwartz also helping secure that pick. He definitely told T.Y. McGill, the T.Y. stands for thank you, to jump off sides. New set of downs for Washington and secure that pick. So Jim Schwartz leaves us with that number 6 pick, where maybe, he's probably hoping, hey, get Surtain or get something like that. Get a guy that can legitimately help out Darius Slay on the opposite side of the field. So as we wrap this one up, I mean, there's got to be some videos. I'm already kind of working on a video talking about potential trading targets and destinations for Carson Wentz. But there will be a lot of Eagles videos in the coming weeks talking about everything, because I assume on, I think, Tuesday, there's going to be the meeting with Jeffrey Lurie, and there's probably some news from the follow from that. And hopefully it's entertaining. Hopefully it's Howie Roseman is taking on a different role with the front office or just something like that. I don't know. But go Eagles, the Giants, the Cowboys, and if you told me right now as a neutral you had to pick one team to win the NFC East, I would say Washington, because Riverboat Ron, Alex, even though Alex Smith is going to be one of the most, I'm not going to say it, he deserves something. He deserves comeback player of the year, but it's like, he's not, like, I feel like comeback player, you actually have to be good too. Like a guy that I had, he came back for something and was good, and Alex Smith just came back from something, but it's whatever. They're gonna get absolutely smoked next week, and it is what it is. So go Eagles. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.